Mic check 1 2 1 2. Check check check. All right, what's going on, everybody? So one of my earlier YouTube videos was titled "Jussie Smollett, You Got Some Splaining to Do," involving the case of Jussie Smollett, the actor from the show Empire, claiming that he had got beat up by two racist white men, originally two white men, because he was black and gay. And I made a video saying that because of the holes and the inconsistencies in his story, that he was going to have some explaining to do. Well, it turns out I was wrong. Jussie ain't got to explain nothing, because Cook County prosecutor decided to drop the case. All 16 counts, all 16 charges that were filed under an indictment by a grand jury, all 16 of those charges dropped. So just like that, Jussie gets to walk away scot-free and go back to doing whatever Jussie likes to do. And if you are if you ever been around Cook County, or as some people call it, Crook County, you know, none of these things should surprise you. It's just kind of the way it goes around there. But I want to deal with a couple of takeaways, maybe a couple, 2 or 3 takeaways that you guys should consider regarding the outcome of these events. Consider this. Jussie Smollett is the son of Joel and Janet Harris Smollett. His father is Jewish, or was Jewish, and his mother is African American. Janet Smollett's maiden name is Harris. She is the sister of Senator Kamala Harris. That's right, the same Kamala Harris who's running for president 2020. So for those of you who don't know, Kamala Harris is Jussie Smollett's aunt. That's his auntie. And another thing you should consider is that around the time frame that the attacks occurred, Jussie was according to phone records, in communication by text and phone with his aunt Kamala Harris. Okay? Right around the same time that these things were happening, before and after. Okay? Another thing you guys should consider is that, according to phone records, Jussie Smollett was also in contact with Cory Booker, who was also running for president on the Democratic ticket in 2020. Okay, so let's look at that. What do these things have in common? Well, besides the fact that Kamala Harris and Cory Booker are both running for president, both of them tried to pass an anti-lynching bill late last year, 2018. Now, the bill was approved in the Senate, I believe, and was headed towards the House next. And due to certain circumstances, that bill fell flat and didn't get passed. It didn't get the necessary votes. So, if you know the history of the Jussie Smollett and his aunt Kamala Harris, you know that he's been very supportive of her endeavors, and his face is seen at many of her rallies on Instagram and things like that. So it's interesting that around the time that this bill is defeated, that a little bit later, or around the same time, Jussie Smollett claims to have received a letter, a racist and homophobic letter, while he was on the set of Empire in Chicago. A situation that attracted the attention of a hazmat unit. Now, if anybody's ever been around a hazmat unit, that's some serious stuff. You know, there's a lot goes on when a hazmat team comes on to investigate a suspicious package that has powder of some sort of powdery substance, things like that. I've seen it firsthand for myself, right around the time that also that anti-lynching bill was up again. It was up again, and it's funny how both Booker and Harris used similar language saying that they wanted to get this bill passed right around the same time as this attack. They both used similar language condemning the attack, or the alleged attack on Justice Smollett, and they wanted to see this anti-lynching bill get passed. Now granted, I want to admit I don't know the ins and outs of that bill, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but I do know that it was intended to also include some language that made provisions for anti-lynching to include hate crimes against gender identity and sexual orientation. Now, obviously, the racial component was there in that bill, and you look at Jussie Smollett, and what does he do? He fits all 3 points of that. If there was a gender identity and sexual orientation provision to be made in that bill, if that's true, then you look at Jussie Smollett and you see that he fits all 3 criteria. He's black, half black anyway. He's gay, and he identifies with the LGBTQ community. So that's all 3 points there. So you have those things. So connect the dots, people. Just connect the dots. It's interesting also that Kim Foxx, the Illinois State's Attorney, I think I'm saying that right, the Illinois State's Attorney, or Cook County Attorney. I beg your pardon if I'm saying it wrong. She recused herself from this case a month ago. Why? Because she had been in discussions with a quote-unquote family member who inquired about the Smollett case and whether or not he was going to be treated fairly, and whether or not the Chicago PD, the much maligned Chicago PD, was going to deal with him fairly. This was supposed to be a family member communicating with her. There are some pictures online of Kim Foxx taking a photo op with Kamala Harris, and she's expressing her praise and her gratitude for all of the advice and the mentorship that she received from Kamala Harris. Now, I said earlier, Kamala Harris is Jussie Smollett's aunt. And Kim Foxx recused herself from this case after speaking with a family member of Jussie Smollett. Just connect the dots. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just connect the dots. Just connect the dots for yourself, and you draw your own conclusion. So there you have it. Jussie Smollett, all 16 charges that were instituted by a grand jury indictment. All 16 are going to go away like a ghost, including his entire record is going to get expunged as well. For those of you who don't know, also there was an incident in his past where he was arrested for a DUI, and when the police questioned him, he identified himself as his brother. So that's the kind of fellow we're dealing with here. But all those things are out the window. He has a clean slate, and he says he would never do anything like this. You know, as something. What did he say? Something like, "I would not be my mother's son if I did these things." Okay, just whatever. Yeah. I don't know. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes, y'all. Got any comments, want to share their thoughts on this, feel free to do so, because I ain't got nothing else to say. Peace out. Y'all be cool.